We needed a budget that breaks the spending addiction here in Olympia. And that's exactly what I put together. It is a very working families centric budget proposal that House Republicans are going to be putting forward here, this framework. Most importantly, it includes no new taxes. Um, and that's absolutely critical because we are at the Laffer curve point where we have diminishing returns with state revenue because the taxes are too high and people simply don't have any more to give. And it is unfair. We do have a regressive tax system, but all taxes are regressive. And so there going to be a time when you just can't tax your way out of this. There's no tax increase, no revenue increase that will fix the structural problems of budgeting in Olympia. And we have went far away from decades past, protecting taxpayers and making sure we have responsible spending in our budget. So what I'm asking for is no new taxes. And I proved that by cutting $4 billion in bloated government and wasteful spending. And we don't cut a single dollar from schools. We don't cut a single dollar from essential core critical services. And at the same time, we'll talk about it in a minute, but we're restoring a lot of the mistakes that were made that harmed vulnerable populations in the last budget. But I think what goes along with that is tying, and it goes along with this chart as well, tying spending limits to inflation and population. So if you were viewing that chart, that red line at the top that shows 117% growth in state revenue, we would be tying the spending to inflation and population to make sure that it's not growing out of control, and that would help control the tax increases as well. And then when we have surplus funds like we did during the pandemic, where we had a nearly $15 billion surplus, well, legislators spent all of that money and then more money than we had to get us into this deficits that we see today. But what I'm going to propose is a tax relief account where if we have excess revenue over those spending limits, that it goes into a taxpayer relief account and turns into broad-based tax relief for our citizens. And just since the 2013, 2015 biennium, if this policy would have been in place, that would have equaled $15 billion in tax relief for citizens. But then also we need accountability. We actually need results for the things we spend money on. So I'm asking for zero-based budgeting for our state agencies and also third-party audits on a lot of the money that we do, a lot of the money on programs that we do spend.